There's a tool that can help you debug code faster, work through complex software problems, and help you when you're stuck. And it costs less than $5. What is it? A rubber duck. Let's talk about how it can help you. The reason this duck is such a helpful tool to me was it was introduced to me really early in my software career at Tech Elevator. So while I was going through the boot camp, they gave us each one of these ducks as we went through in order to help us work through different problems. And it speaks to one of the ways that we can really speed up a code development process and work through problems in a new way. And that is in an auditory and speaking processing manner. And so what the duck essentially serves a purpose for is a sounding board. So when you're having a hard problem, you talk to him or them or her about what problem you're trying to solve, how you're stuck, and what you think it might be. And as you explain the context of the problem, you will often start to see it in new ways. So it can help open up different avenues of thought around what can I do differently here? Is there a different way to handle this solution? Is there a different way to think about this bug that I haven't been thinking about? Oftentimes, it just takes one quiet listening friend, like this little duck, to be able to actually work through these problems. Debugging is a complex process, and we work in really sophisticated systems and software. And so having a system in place in which you can kind of talk through a problem without having to necessarily always take up somebody else's time can be a really helpful tool, especially when you're learning. The number of times that this helped me during the early parts of my career, as well as going through the boot camp, is really astonishing. I turn to this thing probably once a week and start to talk through something I'm stuck on. Because anyone who has written code knows debugging and getting stuck on something is part of the process. Software engineers are a stubborn sort. We go through problems, we reach a bug, we work through that bug until it breaks in a new way, and then we gradually repair everything until the whole system is working. And so having a tool in place to help you reorient your thought process in the middle of it is wildly helpful. I cannot encourage you guys to all go get a duck enough. Honestly, I think these ducks are some of the best code mentors you can have because what they do is they help you take the knowledge you already have and reorient into a new way of thinking about it, which is honestly how most new developments in code happen, is through that iterative process in the middle of a creative activity or building out a new project that then helps people come up with new solutions or identify problems that have room for scalable solutions. This duck is a common reminder that I need to add a return statement to that map function I just wrote in a React component, or that I need to add a IP whitelist to the database so that way I can access it from my local host. He even has been known to remind me that I actually do know how to code and that I can be a software engineer when I'm in my worst, darkest days, when I'm having a moment where I cannot figure a bug out. I still feel like in the process of talking it through, I have a better understanding of it, and then I feel better about my ability to solve the problem going forward, even if that is in a day or two. So long story short, it doesn't have to be a duck, but find yourself a framework by which you can take a problem and turn it over in your mind in a new way. For me, I'm a big auditory person. If you are a language person, I think many of us are in the code world because it is so inherently related to language, then you may find this works for you. But for other people, it may be that you have to draw something. You may have to find different ways to engage your brain. There are multiple intelligences out there, and we can use the particular balance of our own skills to best solve a problem. Each of us brings something unique to this process, and so figure out what works for you, and then utilize it consistently while you're writing codes. That way you get used to it and you get more comfortable turning to whatever that solution is as a framework for helping you get unstuck. Thanks for watching. See you soon.